Hi guys! So today I thought that I would just do sort of a hair video. As you know, I recently ordered some more hair from Genesis Virgin Hair to make this wig. And I'm also going to talk to you guys about the hair that I had before, which was also Genesis Virgin Hair, but that'll be sort of like a 2-year review, sort of my thoughts on it. So I hope you guys enjoy and keep watching. I think we'll start with the old, and that is my previous Genesis Virgin Hair. So this hair I have had for 2 years, and I just recently took it out about 2 weeks ago when I got this hair. So this is, again, it's the Brazilian wavy. It's the same origin of hair. But this hair I put on clip-ins, as you can see, and I wore it in clip-ins for 2 years, believe it or not. And this hair has been dyed. I have pieces in my bathroom of the hair that has been bleached, like I had highlights in it and everything. So you can see like some of them are brown, some of them are black, but when it's in your hair it kind of looks really pretty. So yeah, so my thoughts on after 2 years of wearing clip-ins. So clearly I ordered from Genesis Virgin Hair again, because if I can rock this hair for 2 years, then I'm thinking it's stood the test of time, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good quality sort of thing. The only thing is, so with this hair, I was straightening it like every day because it was on clip-ins. I had to have it blend with my hair, and I'm natural, like I haven't permed my hair in just about 2 years. When I got this hair, I haven't permed my hair since. And so to get this to blend with my hair, I would pretty much have to straighten or curl it with a curling iron or curling wand kind of thing, because the natural wave of this hair just didn't look good with my natural hair, because I would have to straighten my natural hair and then sort of try and curl it, but it just didn't work. So it was always straightened. Now originally, if you go back in my videos, there's a like initial review, and then I have, I think, a 2-month update, so this is a 2-year update. The hair was 28 inches, that's what I got. It's 2 bundles of 28 and 1 bundle of 16. So that was the original one, and then because I was straightening it every day, like, I was experiencing a lot of breakage on the ends, and so my hair just kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So about a couple months ago in August, and it's March now, so back in August, or just before August, no, I lied to you, just before July, I ordered some more hair. So I ordered, I think, a bundle or 2 bundles of 24 inches just to get some of the length back, because it was getting really short, and I was going back home to Toronto to just hang out with friends and things like that. So I wanted the length, and I wanted to be diva and everything else. So so that's the only thing. Like, this hair, most of this hair is 2 years old, but then a couple months ago I did buy 24 inches to sort of give myself some length again. However, it has pretty much shrunk again. If you can see, this is more like 16 inches, I would say, because I was straightening it every day, and for a little while, like, I just ran out of heat protection spray, and I just never refilled it, so that's pretty much my fault. I'm sure that there's some people out there who could probably have this hair for 5 years at the same length if they don't straighten it every day and take care of it really well. So now that I have a wig on, and I'm starting to notice, like, the difference between a wig and clip-ins, and this is a wig that I made myself. I'm not doing a video about how I made this wig. This is my first wig, and it's okay. I like it. It works. It looks okay when it's on my head, but if you, like, pick it up and try to inspect it, you'll see all my flaws. So that's my first wig, and I'm not a pro at it yet. There's so many, like, much better tutorials with, like, professional hairstylists and just girls who have done wigs and wigs and wigs, and, you know, so I would recommend you go to them before you come to me for how to make a wig. But so the differences that I'm noticing between clip-ins or a wig is such less maintenance. Like, it's so low maintenance. I can wake up flawless. I wake up and I don't really have to do anything to my hair other than attempting to blend my part and that kind of stuff, which we'll get into, because those are also some of my struggles, is blending my part with my skin. I'm really liking the wig, and the fact that the clips aren't like pulling on my hair. And I remember, because I would wear my clips, like I would wear them to sleep, my clip-ins. I would only take them out once a week to wash my hair. So for the entire week or week and a half or whatever, I would have my clip-ins in, and I'm noticing, now I'm realizing that the clips used to like pull on my hair and they would just slide around, and I was always like, you know, like unclipping the clips and putting it back in so it's more secure, and then clipping them back in. But the amount of times I did that per day, just like as I'm sitting, clipping it in and clipping it out and everything else, I like, oh, I don't know how I survived with clip-ins for so long when I could plop a wig on my head and not have to deal with my hair for almost 2 weeks now, you know? Like I wash my hair maybe every a week and a half rather than every week, because my hair isn't open to the elements. Like the winters here are really dry, and that was the motivation for me to get a wig in the first place. But now that my hair is like locked down, there's nothing showing. There's a little bit of edges showing, but I mean, edges are meant to be shown. So other than that, my hair has been put away. Another thing I noticed that I liked about clip-ins was the versatility of it. Because I'm not a professional anything, and because this is my first wig and I suck at braiding, I haven't been able to figure out a way to like pull this wig up and still be cute without having like the wigness showing, you know? So that's sort of a bummer, but I mean, you could do the little wig ponytail that's down low so nobody sees anything. But with the clip-ins, you are able to like throw it up in a higher ponytail and everything else. Sometimes, like, you kind of have to work with it, which is another thing. Like, if you're trying to put your clip-ins in a ponytail, you kind of gotta get the side ones and make sure your hair's covering the side clips and everything else. So even though you could, it was still like higher maintenance than the wig is to do. And I think that the metal on the clips was really starting to get to my scalp. Like, towards the end of those 2 years, my scalp was getting really irritated. It was just flaking really bad, and that's not, like, I didn't have dandruff before, but it was so different. It was more of like a serious irritation. Like, I think that I might be allergic to the metal, and just over time it just got worse and worse and worse, because it's like right on my scalp and everything else. Not to mention this metal is 2 years old. It's been washed and, you know, a dozen times. So, and I think when I first was looking to purchase this hair and everything, so I did my research, and a lot of the girls said that you should seal your wefts, and not everyone was saying to buy the hair wefting sealer. A lot of people were saying that you can use like a fabric sealer or a fray block, so that's what I did. I bought fray block, and I sealed my wefts with that, and I think that that might have something to do with how my scalp reacted to these towards the end, just having like whatever is in fray block like just right up against my scalp. So I think next time if I were to wear clip-ins, which I might during the summer or something, have clip-ins in again, is I would not seal my wefts with the fray block. I don't think I would seal it with anything. This hair isn't sealed at all. And I think that, I mean, I don't know if there are plastic clips out there, but I would probably get plastic clips instead of metal clips. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the clip-ins. The hair is pretty nice. I mean, it's been 2 years, so the hair has changed significantly from when I bought it versus now. But I mean, I could probably still wear this hair just like this. Like you guys saw in my last video how it was, and it didn't look too bad to me anyway. So yeah, so that's the clip-ins. Now the wig, which I'm loving right now, like I could just wake up. And another thing about clip-ins is because there's so much like clip-in hair, and because like I doubled some up and tripled some of the wefts up so that it was like 3, you know, wefts on one so that it would be a really thick one. Like, I couldn't wear hats for the life of me because my head was so big because of the clip-ins, because they're so thick. Like, I couldn't wear hats. Like, I just felt like my head was really big for a second. And then I remember when I was going to Jamaica, I bought just like a cheap little synthetic wig to wear to Jamaica so that my hair can be protected from like the chlorine and everything. I remember my hairstylist put the wig on and sewed it down to my head, and then I put my hat on because I had a hat. I was going to the hair salon. You need a hat. I put my hat on top of the wig and I was leaving, and like the hat that had once been tight when I was wearing my clip-ins was like so loose. It wasn't even like on my head. It was just like flopping around. It was like I was a 2-year-old kid with my dad's hat on kind of thing. It was just so, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's my clip-ins that's making my head so big. I thought it was me. And you know, everybody this winter was wearing those cute little wide brimmed fedora type hats. I so wanted to be a part of that fashion trend, but I couldn't because I thought my head was big and it was really the clip-in. So that's my little sad story about clip-ins, is like you can't really wear hats with these if you're, you know, doubling up the wefts and everything, because it'll make your head circumference bigger. But with my wig, I can wear hats and things like that, and they're not too tight for me. So this, like I said, this is 24 inches, 22 inches, 20 inches, and a 12-inch closure. So, and this curl pattern is not the natural curl pattern. I used a curling wand and I grabbed some random pieces here and there and I curled it while the hair was still in its natural state. So down here is more of like the natural curl pattern of the hair. And so I just took a couple random pieces more around my face to kind of make it bigger and, you know, more the way that I like it. So that's that. And it's really easy to, you know, like, and I have this hair sewed onto my head. So I braided, you know, 2 sort of anchor braids, and then I was really lazy this week. I just did like a couple of really big braids, other than my anchor braids, which are really nice and neat. Everything else is big and ridiculous. So, yeah, so I have this sewn down to my head, and I'll just cut it off my hair every week and a half. I don't mind doing that. Like some people, if they sew down their wigs, they keep it for like 2 months, and I'm like, no, I need to wash my hair a little bit more than that. So, yeah, so this is the new hair, and I'm trying with this hair not to straighten it or curl it too much. This is the 3rd time I've curled it in 2 weeks, which I don't think is bad. I've straightened this hair before and it straightens really well, and this is curling it with the curling wand, and I've also curled it with a curling iron. So I just, like, I've done those 3 things. I let it air dry. I don't blow dry it. I only blow dry my natural hair when I need to braid it. And I mean, this hair has been treating me really good. One thing I will say though is that I experienced a lot of split ends when I first got this hair. So there are split ends. Another thing about, I don't know if it's just Genesis virgin hair or if it's all virgin hair or just all Brazilian hair, but it's not so thick at the bottoms, you know, like, and I used to like the fact that it wasn't so thick at the bottom because it made it look more natural, but now I'm like, I want it thick and more diva, and maybe that's just the mood I'm in now, where I don't want it to look so natural and have the ends so much thinner than it is, you know, up here. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, I could probably buy a few more 24-inch, maybe 2 more 24-inch bundles to make the ends a little bit thicker. But, and I might end up doing that anyway. I'll let you guys know if I do that. But that's one downfall that I found to this hair anyway. I'm not sure about other hair, is that the ends are, they're dry, split end like, and they're a little bit thin at the ends. Like, I really feel like this is probably like all just straggly bits that, you know, I could probably cut off to make it look better, but I don't want to lose the length. I paid for 24 inches, and it sucks that the 24 inches is just, you know, dead and limp, and it's really more like a 20 inch if you want to count like what's dead versus, you know, what's usable, what looks good versus what looks straggly. So yeah, the one thing though that I have been struggling with is blending my lace closure. Now, I know I showed you guys my closure like on my hand in my previous video, and it looked good on my hand, and I did mention in the other video that it looked like it was a different color than my actual skin parting, which I thought was okay. But as I'm putting it on my head and like I'm working with my hair, I mean, I've had this hair for 2 weeks, so I've been able to work with it and sort of try and make it my own kind of thing. And one thing I'm noticing, especially coming from clip-ins where it looks much more natural, is that I'm really having a hard time blending this lace closure with my hair, because the lace closure is like really orange, and just the fact that it's lace, like I see the little holes in there. So I did find a video on YouTube about how this one girl, and I forgot her name, I'll see if I can find the video, she put, you know, that bonding glue that you'd use for a quick weave, like it's like a gel that you put on your actual hair so that you can glue tracks to your hair and not have it pull on your hair, that quick weave glue. For those of you who know, good. For those of you who don't, that's my best explanation, so sorry. But she used that glue on the underside of her closure, dried it with her blow dryer, and it filled the little holes that you see in a lace closure. So I'm gonna go to the store and see if I can find that cream or that gel, and then if I do, and I'll show you guys how it looks and everything, and I'll show you guys if I thought it worked or anything. But that, and just the fact that the closure is a different color than my hair, so I'm constantly having to put concealer on it, which I expected to put concealer on it, but even in concealer, I don't think that it looks super natural. Like, I can close up on there for you guys. I mean, you can clearly tell. I'll just pull it up, you know, I don't know, this is the best I can do. And the thing is, I originally had this hair. This is an interesting thing. I originally had this hair in a center part. Now, I don't know if Genesis Virgin Hair bleached my knots or anything. Like, I can't tell what they've done to my hair. I wish I had a comb. I'm so sorry, guys. But I used to have a center part. Now, I did not tweeze anything. I did not bleach anything. But, so that used to be the center part. And do you see, like, it's so much wider. I don't know if you guys can see. But the center part was so much wider than the side part. I don't know if they did that and plucked it for me to try and make up for the fact that they forgot my closure in the first place. No idea. But when so I was wearing it in the middle part, and then someone noticed, like, that I was wearing a wig. And it was like this older white lady who, like, I work with, who knows nothing about wigs or anything, and she noticed. So that to me was like a no-no. You know, like, it's okay if like a black person notices, or like someone who wears weaves and wigs on a regular notices, or, you know, but this is like, I mean, this is one of the staff that works under me. She noticed my hair, and like, I have no shame about wearing a wig. I told the girls, I was like, yeah, no, I just made a wig and plopped it on my head. But just the fact that she knew exactly where the lace started and where my skin ended, I was like, oh, like, that's just the worst feeling to me in terms of hair. So then I was like, okay, maybe if I part it to the side, it won't be so noticeable. So I went home that day, parted to the side, and then I noticed that the part on the side was so much thinner than the part in the middle. So I don't think I'm going to be able to wear this in the middle part anymore, just because it's so, like, thick. It's so wide, the middle part. And I don't know if that's with every one of their closures, or if that was just in my case that they thought they were trying to help me out by tweezing it for me, but I don't know. So now I'm only going to be able to wear it. I'm actually thinking about looking somewhere else for a closure, because the closure is so orange. The lace on the closure is so orange. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm gonna keep looking for another closure that might not be so orange. So I'm starting to lose my voice, and I'm getting a little bit sick. I've been sniffling a little bit. If you guys have any other questions about this hair, I mean, just comment below, and I'll definitely be sure to answer any questions you have. It is, like, it doesn't shed, but there are a little bit of snags. Like, there's no knots, there's just kind of a snag. And I think that has to do with the the split ends. But other than that, I'm really loving the hair. My boyfriend really liked the hair. He thought that the natural wave of it looked really natural, as natural as Brazilian hair can look on a black girl, but you know what I mean. So all in all, I'm really enjoying this wig and this hair, and the fact that I don't have to be like clipping in my clip-ins anymore, and I can just literally wake up, and because this hair is curly, I can wake up and walk out the door like that, just run my fingers through it and walk out the door, and it looks good. So I hope you guys really like this video. I know I rambled a little bit, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there about the clip-ins versus the wig for anybody who's thinking about switching from clip-ins to wig for the same reason that I did, or for anyone who wanted to see, who wanted to see the 2-year update on the old Genesis Virgin hair. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!